received a lot of attention for this video I did where I mentioned that when you go into the CELPIP speaking exam, you have to have almost different personalities, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. What I mean by this is when you talk to informal people like friends or family in those speaking questions, you got to be super friendly. When you are doing the debate questions, you have to be almost a politician and so on. So what does it entail? Let me break it down into a little bit more detail because the last video was a short and it was just like what I mentioned a few seconds ago. But let me go into detail with all 8 parts. The first part is always, almost always, informal. You talk to friends or family. Here you're supposed to use words like, what's up? How's it going? This is awesome. This is wonderful. This is great. You're not supposed to use words like, this is appropriate, this is fitting the situation, I'm looking forward to our next meeting or resolution. This is the important thing to understand. Be informal just like you would be with friends or family. Number 2, and actually number 2, number 3, number 4. These next 3 questions are simply descriptive questions. Here you're not talking to friends or family. In question number 2, you're describing an event, a thing, a person. In parts 3 and 4, you're describing a picture. So with these descriptions, you don't have to be super passionate or emotional or informal or formal. You should just focus on your descriptions, but do emphasize the adjectives. Like if you're defining something, it is frustrating, it is wonderful, it is terrific. Raise your volume there so you're not monotone, even with descriptions. Part number 5, you have to compare and contrast 2 different things. Here, make sure you're using words like nevertheless, nonetheless, on the other hand, when you're moving between things. So you have that comparison tone naturally, and you have those good connectors too. Plus, you want to try to convince the other person. So you know how we sometimes raise our volume and then decrease our volume based on how we're convincing people? For example, I know you really want to get a new car, but you have to think about the expenses. The bus is way cheaper right now. Stuff like that. So trying to really push that tone where you're convincing someone is what you need here in part 5. Part 6 is the apology, or where you are trying to tell someone something they don't want to hear, and because of that you're explaining something and you have to apologize during that time. Here you got to use emotions, and you got to try to almost talk to this person as if they're a 5-year-old baby. Because with babies, you would have that very convincing, warm, nurturing tone because you are not giving them what they want and you're trying to explain why that is the case. So let's say I am not giving a lady a refund. An old woman is not getting a refund. I got to explain that to her. I will tell her, look, this is unfortunately the company's policy, and no matter what I do, I cannot change my boss's mind. However, I am, of course, truly apologetic for all of this. I know you are not satisfied. If there's anything I can do to help you today within the store, maybe a store credit, or maybe helping you out with any product or service, I would love to do that. Just the refund, unfortunately, is out of question. So again, trying to relate to this person and showing your empathy, that emotion, that is what you need in part 6. When it comes to part 7, you have to turn it up a lot because it is a debate question. So you pick an opinion and you firmly say why you picked that and what is your reasoning behind it. So let's say I'm talking about renewable energy and I say renewable energy is something we need and I think it's great. No, you cannot say that. You have to be firm. So what that means is I firmly believe that renewable energy is the future and we should be completely done with non-renewable energy sources. They are literally destroying our lives. Firstly, secondly, thirdly, and that is the tone you want to keep. It's a little firm, it has a little bit of sass in it, and you want to show that you are firm on your side and you really don't like the other side. The last one, question number 8, is again a descriptive question. It is simply a picture description. The only thing that really changes here is this time you're describing the picture to someone. Now, based on the condition, you change your tone accordingly. Let's say you're lost and you're telling the person about where you're standing. So, Bob, this is what I can see. Can you please tell me where I should turn next? Or let's say your car is broken down and you're calling the mechanic. So this is the condition of my car. I'm not sure what to do since I'm not a handyman. Can you recommend me what I should do next? Or can you tell me about the next steps? And so on. So here it's just a natural conversational tone based on the prompts you are given. But you can see with every type of question, you kind of change your personality and change your emphasis and the way you talk because that's what's needed. So remember that the next time you're doing the CELPIP exam. And if you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk soon. Take care.